Welcome to the Inside Report. I'm Mike DeFinis from FMF Power Beverage. I'm joined by Robert Van Dam. We're out here at ACP for the first round of the Western AMA Pro-Ams. Robert, tell us about how first day went.
Well, first day was our youth racing today, and we'd like to thank all our sponsors like BTOsports.com, FMF Racing, FMF Power Beverage, and let's go to first moto action. The highlights of our first race of the day, and we picked a couple of them. And this first race is the 85cc 9 to 11, 12 to 14, and the 85 150F 12 to 15 division. And we had a great battle between two riders that were in separate classes, Buddy Wentworth and Cody Eaton. As you can see from the action, Eaton's out in front on the Kawasaki, and Wentworth is in the second spot on the Honda. He's on a Honda 150F, and they're going up the uphill. Now there's a couple times where Cody Eaton is breaking away. There's a slip up right there from Wentworth as he gets close, and then he loses ground because he makes a mistake taking a separate line. Here they come back in through the roller sections, and Eaton's is opening it back up. But you'll see that Wentworth is being relentless as he keeps coming up on Eaton through this whole moto, even though they're on separate classes. You know how that eagle is, don't you? Wentworth is on the 150F class, 12 to 15 years of age, and Cody Eaton at 11 years of age, he's in the 9 to 11 division, so there's a 4-year difference between the two of them. Here's where it gets really tight as they come down the downhill side by side, and they're shooting down the hill they come, and it looks like Wentworth tries to dive to the inside, but Eaton keeps it on, and he's able to hold off that position. And then they crisscross on each other, but it's Eaton holding on. Now throughout this whole lap, they get up this uphill section, Wentworth is putting the pressure on the whole time, and it looks like he's going to get Eaton. And then we have footage there, he tries to go up again up on the inside, and Eaton shuts the door on him. They drop off the ledge, and there's another mistake by Wentworth. He's trying to get used to that Honda 4-stroke because he's been racing a lot on the 2-stroke, and it looks like he's just trying to sort it out. Now through the switchback sections, and this part here where it gets a big difference from each other, they drop back in towards the main part of the track, and then they start to spread out here. Here's that finish line section showing the win. But what had happened was that Eaton took the win after Wentworth made a mistake partway through the last lap. The second race of the day that we were covering was race number 3, which is the 85 9 to 13 open class and super mini. And as you can see from the start, it's Mark Worth on the Kawasaki out in front of Buddy Wentworth, followed by Austin Zambach and then Cody Eaton. And as you can see from the footage here, Mark Worth starts to pull away.
Yeah, Robert, this really ended up being a two-man battle between Mark Worth and Buddy Wentworth, with Mark Worth out in front most of the way here. Here you see him attacking uphill, and then relentless in his pursuit is Buddy Wentworth, and chasing him down from the back the whole time.
You can see him trying to do that uphill triple. He was trying to do the uphill triple with his Honda, and he wasn't able to do it, but he was doing it with his Kawasaki with much more ease. So you can see that he has much more riding time on the 2-stroke than he does on the 4-stroke.
And at this point, it looks like Mark Worth really was pulling away, and about a second and a half a lap gating over Buddy Wentworth, but Buddy didn't give up at all. And here, really unfortunate circumstance, Buddy was trying to go around a lapper, had a really bad fall, ended up having to be taken off, but we wish the best for him in the future.
So Mark Worth ended up winning that moto, and then it ended up being Austin Zambach getting second spot. Next race was race number 4, was the beginner class, and the talk of the town on this race was Corey Crispin. He got a great start. Here he goes around section 2, and he starts pulling away from all the beginners, including the women's class, and right behind him is Brent Worth.
Unfortunately, Crispin ran into a little bit of a mechanical issue at the top of the hill, stalling his bike out, and that ended his day for him. But the real battle ended up happening later in the race between Jordan Eustace and Austin Nizolik.
You can see Jordan Eustace right by there, and you see Brent Worth, who is related to Mark Worth in the mini class, and he starts to pull away. But the big thing was Jordan got around Austin Nizolik. Austin went down twice in that moto. You can see there is Austin. He's about ready to go up the uphill. It doesn't show it, but he ends up falling right by the finish line section. And there's Jordan right now in the second spot, and she ends up winning her moto. Great Moto 1 action, but before we go on to Moto 2 of our youth event, we'd like to talk a little bit about FMF, and we have here Courtney and Jen, and they want to introduce the new muffler for 2012.
Thanks, Robert. That's right, guys. For 2012, we have a brand new muffler designed for the RCT. Courtney? Voila. It may not look different, but now it has an aluminum canister with stainless steel end cap and front cap, and it makes it more affordable for you racer to get out there and win some championships. As a matter of fact, as of right now, FMF Racing is accepting amateur sponsorship applications or resumes, so you can go online and sign up to fly with FMF. And now back to Moto 2.
Okay, here's the second moto of race number 1, and obviously Buddy Wentworth was not in this race because he broke his leg, and as you can see from the onset, Austin Zambach pulled the whole shot, but
that was pretty much it for this race. The rest of this race was owned by Cody Eaton. Start to finish, really, Cody's race. Here he is taking on this double. It was a nice smooth ride for him, and here he comes up and across the finish line. Here we go, Super Mini 2, race number 3, and this one's all about Mark Worth getting the whole shot. If you freeze it here, little fist pump for the crowd, everybody. He's excited about that whole shot.
And from that point on, it was just Mark Worth pulling away from everybody in that class. Obviously, a lot of people were out of the race because of attrition. So it was Mark Worth taking the win on his Kawasaki. Okay, our final race that we're covering right now is race 4, and as you can see, it is Brett Worth out in front on 475. But this time right behind him is Austin Niziolek, followed by Jordan Eustace and Sarah Colburn.
Yeah, Robert, Brent had the lead most of this race, but Austin kept on challenging the entire time. Again, Brent out front here. Austin will come up behind here. Here's a good shot of Austin coming around the corner here.
And as you can see a little bit later, you can see there Brett's looking over his shoulder and he's starting to get tired and he goes, man, this guy's right behind me the whole time. And there they are right now, the two of them, separated by less than 10 bike lengths.
Exactly. Austin kept the pressure on the entire time. Brett riding with the lead, but I'm sure you can feel Austin coming up from behind.
Now this is four-stroke versus two-stroke, as Austin's on the 125 and Brett's on the 454 stroke. And here's the part where they try to make the pass in the sandpit section. And as they come around, you can see that Brett does the triple and Austin's double singling, giving Brett the daylight that he needs as he gets towards the end.
That really ended up being the difference here. That single and the double really was the difference as Brett was able to triple that. And here they come up the hill, winding it up, and there's Brett taking that win for the class.
Welcome back from Moto 2 action. Right now, as you can see behind us, you can hear some noise going on. We've got the ending of our afternoon practice for Saturday, as our pros are getting ready for Sunday's action, and also our amateurs will be here tomorrow. So we've got a couple extra guests with us right behind us, and they are holding something, and Mike wants to talk about that.
Thanks, Robert. That's right. Behind us, we've got our big checks, the 250 Pro and 450 Pro class, signed by Don Emler. This is what everyone's racing for tomorrow. Had some great action out at the track today. Can't wait for the pro action tomorrow. If you're coming out here, we can't wait to see you. For everyone racing tomorrow, good luck. We'll see you out here at ACP tomorrow.